Try two. Take two.
Welcome, everybody, to the Hot Dish Podcast, where it has a little bit of everything that's always good. I'm your host, Jordan. Today with me, I have a couple special guests. Josh.
Hey
And
guys.
And Austin.
Pizza.
Pizza. Good to be here.
How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Pizza.
Coffee and pizza. I probably won't eat that now that I started drinking my coffee. But yeah, it's good to be here.
So, Josh, how do you and I have a relation? How do you and I know each other?
How do we know each other? I know Jordan here from school, college actually. My first year of college in the marketing and design program.
Mm-hmm.
I met Jordan, a guy with the beard and a hat, and good leadership skills, and yeah, man.
Thank you.
We led together for a while, didn't we?
Yep, we did the Northway Group,
Yep.
which is a marketing agency in a college setting. Pretty much best way to describe it.
Right.
I was CEO of it, I guess you could say, was what they called it for 2 semesters. Josh joined me for the second semester in our last year there. So Josh, what do you like to do? What was your side with the marketing design? What did you always do?
Yeah. I would say I really like the design side,
Mhm.
the creative side of actual visual.
Some of
yeah.
your creations is on your cup.
Right, yeah, some stuff I did here. I don't know what you can see. There's the camera. Good living. It's good living. On the Clarks Fork River out west. So just a little bit of the story, my story, and just on a cup. But yeah, so, so I really like the design side.
So what are you doing now?
I'm freelance all the way.
Are you really?
Yeah, freelance all the way right now. And, I got my foot in a few places,
Okay.
as design goes.
Okay.
Clients, but I haven't had to push for work, which is really nice.
Okay, good.
So I don't know, a lot of the connections are through current friends, and then through a friend type of
nice.
stuff,
Word of mouth.
which has been really helpful. Yeah, and if that dies, then I'm gonna have to go social or something, because. But it's been a good almost a year, I would say, when we were done with school. But
In June.
in June, it's
Whatever
gonna
it
be,
was.
yeah. But what do I want to say?
So you do that full time?
Yeah, pretty much full time. It keeps me busy most of the day.
And they give a free schedule.
And I also have a free schedule, yeah, to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
So, I will say one thing. I have a client that was expecting some work by the end of the month, right?
Mm-hmm. Of
And
October.
this is a little downgrading, right?
Of October.
No, so it's a new month now.
Okay.
You know where I'm going with this?
Okay.
He wanted it last month, by the end of the month, and this morning, or yesterday morning, I came to the realization that it was end of the month. So that's some of the tough stuff as a freelancer. You're your own boss,
Yourself, yeah.
and if you don't get some of that stuff figured out, it's kind of tricky. So, but I've been working through it, and
Okay.
I share that because it's not. Oops, I just hit the
Nope,
mics.
fine.
But yeah, I share that because, it's just part of the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and so Northway that in school taught me
Yep.
that, but anyways, yeah, man, I like it. It's just stuff like that can sometimes get tricky.
Yeah.
Not only time, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
Austin, 9 to 5, or what do you do? 7
I
to 5?
too
7
have
to
been
4?
a part of the freelancer
Oh,
movement.
Yeah.
It's called the Outer Worlds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a video game.
The freelance.
Boom!
Free of Lance.
Bounty hunting,
Lance.
treasures, shooting people in faces.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Austin and I have known each other since 8th grade. I'm going to do my explanation to
I met this guy on the street yesterday.
for Austin.
Is that like?
Since 8th grade, he's the guy I lived with and one other for 3 years.
A little while.
Yeah, and while we were doing the college, and Austin, what'd you go to school for? Just, I mean, you said this story before, but
Mechanical design.
yeah. And what are you going to school for now?
Applied engineering. The continuation of the design program.
Ah.
Yeah.
Continuation.
Yep.
And he works at a local
Granite place.
granite place.
Oh.
In the office.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin and I have known each other for a fair bit, so Austin, like yourself, Josh, isn't the most social, at least at first.
I would say more socially awkward.
That's what makes you socially less social.
Oh man, that's good stuff.
We had how do you say it?
Words, Jordan.
Yeah, lots of words.
You do them good.
Yeah, that's why I'm in marketing.
You'll get there.
That's why I'm a salesman. God, I'm awful season.
You want to buy this? What do we sell again?
There's the days where I blank and I couldn't think of powder coat.
Powder coat.
Yeah, because we don't do powder coat at my work. We do wet paint.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
I had a blank like the competition does and I was like the paint that's not what we do, something like that. I could not think of it at all.
Pixie dust. Just kidding. Yeah. Powder dust. Oh.
I can imagine. Yeah. Great.
I went to a great
Trailer starts floating away.
went to a great profession. Not
People
knowing
know
how to
what you do? Like Nova Trailers? Or should I say that?
So actually, that's a correlation between Josh and I. Josh designed. I had my work come in, and they did I had the Northway do a logo design for our trailers, and Josh designed one of our Josh's design got picked for our trailers. So now it's actually not all one of our smaller trailers design. That's pretty cool.
And the story aligns.
Now, what's gonna be cool is when if you ever go traveling, Josh, because we have 26 dealers in the United States, and we already hit Alaska, so we only gotta get Hawaii now.
So are some of those stickers in Alaska right now on the
Oh
trailers?
yeah, absolutely.
Nice. I'm gonna have to go.
Yep, there's a lot down in
Always wanted to go.
Texas and Florida to Washington.
Florida.
Yeah, so it's really cool because we take calls because people will call us, the manufacturer personally, and ask about our trailers, and I'm like, okay, where are you from? Maybe I can help you find a dealership. And they tell I've gotten calls from Seattle, Florida, Alabama, Maine.
Even.
Yeah, so we're all over the place. We got multiple. It's hard to do some of the smaller states for the fact that we have a policy. I think we can only have a dealership with every 100 miles of each other.
Yeah.
That way they can't really compete too much.
Right. So the state's not big enough.
Yeah. But it's cool. So your sticker is now everywhere.
Cool. That works. It's fun. That's some of the rewarding stuff as it.
And now you're on a podcast. You can see it from everywhere, but no one's gonna watch it anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Who's watching this thing anyways? Put your hand up. I'm here.
Josh is watching it.
I'm watching myself on the screen a lot.
You're just staring at
Kind
yourself.
of fun.
We can have a viewer. Let me just do that quick.
I was good.
Well, what's going on, viewer?
We'll get one viewer to be my phone.
I was like, you can do this. Hold on.
Come on, tune in. Is this live? Yeah, it is.
It is.
I don't know
That's
if
why
it
we
is.
do this thing.
Uh-huh.
Why would we do it if it wasn't live? Do you guys ever
Yeah.
do a non-live? Of course you've done
We do-
non-live.
We've done
recording.
non-live.
We record them. Oopsies. We record them, and then I'll put them up the following week.
Oh, we talked a little bit about that.
Yep.
I do remember. You said you'll pre-record.
Yep. So I pre-recorded. So actually, I recorded one yesterday already with one of Alyssa's friends. That's gonna go up next week, and then I'm gonna try to snag someone else for the
Ah.
following week.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to get at least. I'm gonna start to do like whenever I see somebody or one of you guys comes over, I'm gonna try to do a quick podcast with you.
Nice. Quick one.
That way, I have something figured out already and done.
Mm-hmm.
This last 3 weeks has been by myself. It's like I only speak for like 20 minutes because I'm not that interesting. Because last week I did it for. I tell you about my 24 hour. I went for 22 hours.
Oh, you only made it to 22?
Because I beat the campaign in 5.
Really? It's
Yeah,
that short?
from 2 o'clock in the morning till 7 in the morning. I beat the campaign. I was like, well, I could play multiplayer for 2 hours.
Oh, that would have went by in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Huh.
You beat the campaign?
No,
Oh.
haven't touched it. Probably won't until the new one comes out.
And it wasn't that bad. I was fine because I was drinking water and I was getting up every hour to work out and stuff, or just like move around.
Oh, nice.
I had a timer set. I drank a caffeinated coffee drink,
Mm-hmm.
like one from the can. It hurt and my
okay.
stomach started to roll.
Ew.
Oh, I can't. I gotta go to bed here soon. But I just kept fighting through it and I kept playing the campaign. It was really good. I was like, wait, I beat it, and it was like I had 2 hours ago. I'm like, God, I could just stay up and play multiplayer. But maybe I'll jump that hurdle because it wasn't that bad. I expected my eyes to burn.
Right.
I expected my neck, my back hurt.
As long as it's not
fire.
As long as it's
Neon
not like
colors?
crazy neon colors flashing everywhere. I know Modern Warfare is pretty subtle, so it's not bad.
Yeah, this one's
It's not gonna
too
burn
bad.
your
No.
eyes, your cornea,
No.
your, all the eye
With-
biology.
With
people out They know what I'm talking about.
The pooples.
Oh yeah, those.
with that, I might do another one, not anytime soon here, but another one where I go for the 20.
Another one.
Another one. I was hoping to prop it up here so you could Josh look at himself even more, but it's not.
Oh
really.
no.
Oh,
Ooh, we got
All
that
the
underscore
eyes.
action. That
All
underscore
the
action.
yeah, it was already taken.
Yeah. Assholes.
Oh, I see.
Yep, but the logo, the logo. If you haven't talked about, we talked about it. Like,
Oh, this logo is
you
so.
did one of these, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I'm a proud owner of one of those
Put him in one of those.
bad boys.
I'm gonna. So
The hot
Cody's
dish.
at a place now. I talked to him about it. He's at a new place now, and they make a variety of like logos on shirts and apparel and
Oh.
posters and stuff
Really?
like that.
Oh.
So I might hit him up and get a.
So it's kind of like merchandise.
Yeah, more like it's the company
Trade
was
show stuff.
the company was trade show stuff.
Yeah.
It was what he sold. They didn't have a designer there. They just were a company where they took people's logos and put them on stuff.
Like screen printed them on things.
Yeah,
Ah.
and cups, whatever.
But now-
embroidered. Now
Offer.
Cody's there. He can make logos.
Yeah,
People can come
Cody.
Mm-hmm.
People can just like submit ideas. and
Cody.
then-
And we come out with something like that.
That's
It's good
huge.
stuff, man.
So with
Way to
that,
go.
I might hit him up and get some coasters because they do embroidering
Oh, I need some embroidering.
done
Yeah.
on stuff. It's like, okay, as much as I love the Hot Dish podcast, I can't imagine like an embroidered, maybe not like a back thing, but maybe like a small patch on a shirt. That would be too bad. Or like a
small
sweatshirt.
patch.
It's just
Oh,
a
the
pot of hot dish.
A pod of Hot Dish.
Just a pot. Just a good old pot. You don't ever put your hot dish in a pot?
I like the patch idea a lot. Here, we can mock it up quick.
A patch.
just, it's a little big, but you can see. You want that? I do.
I'd love to do.
I do.
I'd love to do a store because I don't know what the store would entail. There's a store
Yeah.
called Spreadshirt. Where you just put your logo and stuff on there, and they make all the products for you, and then you can sell like
Oh.
Redbubble.
I was gonna say you could do like a Shopify.
Oh yeah, Shopify.
Shopify would work too.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what Minnesota's doing now for their COD team. All their
Okay.
apparel's through the Shopify.
Yep.
Which I need to order some.
So yeah, so
Good stuff.
I don't know if you're at all knowledgeable with that, Josh, but Minnesota has their first professional esports team.
Oh yes,
So
I've
the-
heard about this.
We have a Call of Duty team.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's under the same. Not is it owners
It's-
or
it's-
How did I hear
companies?
about this?
Wise Ventures owns it.
Did
It's
it-
basically the family that owns the Vikings owns our esports team.
Oh,
They started it.
oh, did it start? Did it have any roots in a school? I thought there was something about a school.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know much of
I
the
mean, people
backstory.
are
Maybe I didn't hear
the
about
people
the
I've seen on
esports.
their social media from Minnesota.
But
so
I
that's
heard
kinda
about-
cool.
Oh, okay, I see. I just heard something about schools getting. A lot of schools are getting, gaming as a
Mm-hmm.
as a.
They're starting their own
That's
like
their own-
school sports teams.
Oh, nice. That's what. Yes, that's
Mhm.
what I've heard. So I did not hear about the call. Never mind. I just heard about this.
But it's really cool when I see posts and like they're doing an event coming up here in January at the Armory.
Because it's they
Armory.
changed Call of Duty to the Call of Duty League, so it's a bunch of franchises now,
Yeah,
and we're doing
franchises.
Yep. So it's literally like football, NFL, NBA
Yeah, big time.
franchise. Yeah.
It's big time.
And the first game of the season in 2020 is going to be at the Armory in
Oh,
Minneapolis.
I thought that was just like a okay, cool.
Nope,
That's
that is
way
the
better.
first Call of Duty League game
In
in the Armory in Minneapolis in
okay.
January.
gonna be a big turnout, I'm
God,
sure.
I bet.
I hope Overwatch.
If I'd be here, I'd get tickets, but I won't be here.
vacation.
I'll be in Hawaii. Yes.
Oh.
I will be getting back that Sunday when it's ending.
I might have to get
It's like,
tickets then.
dang it! I told James and Brandon they got to get tickets and go because I don't know when it's gonna be back in Minneapolis again. All the COD players can be like, "Why is it cold here? Let's leave."
Yeah, I'm really hoping because we were watching Overwatch before Josh, and the World Cup's on right now, so that's best of every country they can put together. They have the same type of franchising where there's the
Seattle, whatnot.
Houston Outlaws, LA Valiant,
Yeah.
New York, NYXL, Excelsiors. There's no Minnesota one. I was kind of annoyed by that. And Minnesota is actually kind of like one of the more of a step out state for us, surprisingly compared to like North Dakota or South Dakota. You know, there's no football team for them or Montana, Idaho.
A lot of like central,
Right?
north central, states. Not really.
Montana.
But yeah, so Minnesota's
Wyoming.
one of the bigger ones.
When I think about Call of Duty, I have a few memories. And one is
How old is this?
when I was younger, I realized my brother was playing, and I kept hearing Private Miller, and I thought you could. Name your guy.
That's one of the campaigns.
Yeah.
And Miller's one of the names.
So I'm like,
Josh's last name.
so my last name is Miller, and that's where I'm going with this. Is my brother's last name, you could imagine, also is Miller, and he's playing. I'm like, dude, what? And did you name your guy? He's like, no. What? That's just. I'm like, what? You are the character. Like, isn't that cool? You can play it, and when you say Private Miller, you hear it just rings. It makes it more.
Which
I don't know,
campaign is that?
relational.
That's
It's
gonna
way
be-
back.
That's could probably be.
This is on PS3,
That's
right?
probably gonna
So,
be World at War or COD 1 or 2.
Private Miller.
Oh.
And
so.
yeah, man, I just remember that. I just thought I'd bring that up. It's interesting.
That's pretty cool.
But in the new one,
Everyone
it
should
is.
be Miller.
Private Miller, hey Rookie Miller,
What's up, Private
Captain Miller.
Sergeant Miller reporting for duty. But in the new one, it's really cool because it actually it kind of I thought it was gonna retcon a bunch of stuff, but it takes place before COD 4 Modern Warfare.
Because I noticed there's no as far as I know, they don't mention soap at all.
Yep, and then I was waiting for that too.
Don't drop the soap.
Drop the soap.
Don't drop the soap.
Drop the soap, baby.
Got nothing.
And so it Captain Price.
Yeah,
The game looks it has very good graphics in the campaign. It almost looks like they took a face and then they made it animated versus making a face animated.
This is the
You know,
new.
the new one looks really good.
I've heard that there's no graphic change between cutscenes and the actual gameplay.
It's not too bad.
It's-
It's usually not too bad.
Because usually it's like cutscene looks fantastic, and then you get to the gameplay, you're like, what happened?
Yeah,
It just looks poopy.
I've recognized that.
Yeah, I
Growing
guess
up,
this
yeah.
one there's like none or very little of that.
In what are some storyline games? I used to play Jack and Dexter for a while.
Those are fun.
Dude, I really got
Those are
into
very fun.
Jack and Dexter.
Those are good.
Anyways, but that kind of exceeds my yeah. I play Skate 3 sometimes, maybe Spider-Man. This is PS3.
Okay, so you have the old
Oh,
one.
don't play all the
Yeah.
cutscene trailers. I want to see these firsthand.
It was just the first. I just want to show the first part of how.
Oh, that looks great.
It's because that's on the monitor.
Somebody's recording their own monitor, not
I think this is something else actually.
buffering.
I'm skipping through it to get to a better one.
Crank up that quality, Jordan.
Oh, there you can.
It's in like 480p.
Yeah, now that the snow's here. So this is, I didn't need, like recently I just saw a commercial for this, and that's the first I heard about it.
I want to see Captain Price.
You could have just played like the multiplayer trailer.
Man.
is playing. Whoever has this video is playing at really bad quality.
Yeah, it don't look great. I mean, it looked great, but it don't look great.
Yeah, I played it just fine. And it looked great on my computer because that's why I played it on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Looks like a scene from Rambo: Last Blood. I just seen that.
This will be a cut. Yeah, so it's a cut from this being a cut scene to shitty loading. And you start actually watching.
Dude, that looks just like.
It's very cool. and
Tomb Raider.
Did you guys? Seriously, that reminds me of Rambo: Last Blood. Have you seen that
No,
yet?
I've not seen it.
That
yet.
is literally a scene
I have
from
not
Rambo:
been-
Last Blood.
I have not.
Can't say I've seen a single Rambo movie other than like cuts and whatever.
All right,
here
let's
and
go
there.
see the new one. If you, yeah, I'll talk about that. That's it.
Josh, have you seen a lot of movies recently? Since you're talking about Rambo, what have y'all seen recently?
That's pretty much it. Seriously, I watched Rambo: Last Blood, and yeah, I would recommend it. Really, I did. Okay, here for people who haven't seen, right, all the ones that come before it, the
Yep.
prequels. Is that what you call it?
A bit before this.
Whatever.
One,
Yeah. Still go watch the last one. It's not gonna mess it up, or you're still gonna understand the storyline. There, and then once you're done watching it, maybe go watch a YouTube clip about the beginning and
Just
where it
sums
started.
up everything.
Not necessarily sum it up, but because really, it could be a one movie. Like it could be one movie.
Standalone kind
Yeah,
of thing?
it could be standalone. They could separate it. You would never know. They brainwash us. The whole world, whatever. There was no other Rambos, right? But here's this one. It could be. You could understand it. And there's a lot. There's tunnels. Like this guy's crazy. He's an old man now, but in the previous ones he's younger. Like he's out in the jungle and fighting. He's got a bandana. But now he's like at this farm and he's fighting.
I want every
for the
movie
good.
explained from Josh from now on. Like that.
Anyways,
Got the bandana.
Fighting.
no, he's a character, and some people I ask, what do you think? And they're like, he's so old now. I don't care if he's old. I think he's just kicking butt. He's still old and he's kicking butt. He's
I
fighting,
mean, Arnold
fighting for
Schwarzenegger's
good
still in
stuff.
Terminator.
right?
Is there a new one coming out still? I think there's no.
The newest one is
Is it
soon.
Genesis or something like that? I don't know.
Maybe?
I have no idea.
I don't keep
never
up
got-
on
I never
Terminator.
caught on Terminator either.
It's got the original Connor lady in it.
Yeah, Sarah Connor,
Yeah, it's got the original Sarah Connor from the old movies in it.
Mm.
older woman. She's carrying an RPG.
Yep.
Alyssa and I saw.
Yeah, what'd you watch recently?
We saw Maleficent.
Maleficent
Yeah,
with
which I didn't realize that was a sequel to the
I didn't know.
for the first Maleficent.
what?
Oh, you didn't
Yes,
know.
it's Snow White.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a
It's
there's
just all about Maleficent. Isn't
yeah,
It?
but this was a sequel to the first one.
When did the first one come out?
Yes, see, 2016. And we're kind of like
Was it named the same?
we're
That must have sucked.
which was like we were watching like
It's funny.
like they haven't talked to one of these characters already yet. Like they usually and like they kind of like subliminally say like
So is this one just called? It's
It's-
Maleficent and then Maleficent.
no,
It's
there's another one. There's a
Yeah.
no.
Subtitles maybe. Or
It's not like Maleficent 2, The Returning.
Mistress of Evil is the newest one.
Oh, okay.
And I
Never
was
would
like,
never would have
"Ooh."
guessed.
Yep, and I was like, I'm
What-
confused.
was it-
Oh, this is the second one. That's why.
Is this an action-packed movie?
Yeah, I mean it's
Okay.
Snow White. It wasn't that bad. It was actually really good.
Oh.
Um,
Now it's making sense.
It's got Angelina Jolie as a Maleficent, not.
really
Yeah.
deep cheekbones.
Oh yeah, that's just her.
Deep cheekbones.
I mean, it's a little more modified than her as well. What else did we see recently? We saw something else. A kids movie.
No!
Picture fell. Oh, it's in plastic.
I remember that picture.
Yeah, in our photography class.
class.
I hated that class.
We had photography class. Yeah, required.
Required.
One word, required. But it was good, for the most part. Yeah, it was hard not to fall asleep.
It was hard not to fall asleep. Well, because it was half the class was her. We were looking at photos, and us being in marketing.
Right.
Um,
Marketing and design.
you want to take a photo to make the product interesting, you know?
Right.
Her thing was you're gonna make the subject interesting, no matter what it was.
In
It
a
could be a shadow.
Right. In an artistic way.
Yeah.
It was all like arts focused,
Mm-hmm.
not. There wasn't much practical to it, which I like the art stuff, but
Yeah, which was fine.
some people are like, well, I don't get the practicality of this flower. I can't use it in my everyday.
just a
marketing plan or this light.
Or
It's
she
a-
made us like take. You have to go. You had to go out and take 10 photos of one color
Right.
in nature and
Yeah.
environment.
It's
So
kind
I found like a street cone, so orange. I found an orange
Or-
pole.
Was orange your color? Yeah, let me guess.
I had orange. I found orange flowers. There's a door on one of the business down here with the orange door. Took a picture of that. And, like, nailed it.
Yeah.
And that was it. You just didn't have to
I
do
drove around I was freaking out because I was like, God dang, I haven't done anything yet.
It's kind
I'm
of
gonna drive. Orange flowers. I parked the car and I go and took pictures of it. And I kept walking. I was like, oh, orange cone. Like, I just took pictures. I was like, okay, blue or like black will be the easiest. Actually, she excluded some of those, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. She excluded some colors.
to make it harder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Bitch.
So I was gonna say like green. You can find that just about anywhere. Hey, look,
But-
somebody's
but it
grass.
couldn't
Hey,
be
look,
grass.
more someone
Right.
else's
It couldn't
grass.
Be,
I
it couldn't be
think
the same
green-
item over and over
Yeah.
again.
It was what you made it, I guess.
Crabgrass.
She
I mean, this is dirt. This is dead grass. That's live grass.
some
There's
of
a
the some of the things we laughed at in that class were ridiculous. But one I remember is anytime she would say the word magnificent about your photo, like that is magnificent.
And it was
You
not
would
like-
just like deep heartfelt just
And it was like a piece of dirt or
and it was,
something.
it was like a crunched leaf in the dirt. And it just cracked us up sometimes, but
One
She
photo,
saw
it was
beauty.
done. It was
It's
done
good. She saw
very
beauty.
well. I think she edited it. Was she took her brother and put cellophane over his face, and he sucked in.
oh, it looked
It looked like he was
freaky.
drowning underwater.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was done nice, but it was just funny because he was like.
Yeah, man.
Interesting. Oh, that's magnificent. It's just a dog's piece of shit.
I really wanted.
What's that little yellow speck? That's court.
She was all for if you want to take like nude photos or anything like
Oh.
that.
Huh. Well, I mean, I guess art has no bounds.
She did she show you that? I may have missed the day. Did she show her? She had nude photos of herself in her portfolio. On that,
Okay.
it's online.
Dude,
She didn't show them. I don't think she showed them unless I missed that
I
day.
was not there if she did, but I will say one day in class, yeah, I do remember Travis. Maybe I shouldn't drop names, but there was some. No. Anyways, that's it. I wasn't there and I didn't see a screen.
What other classes did we have that were
Yikes.
kind of ridiculous?
Art has no bounds.
Josh, you do a lot of painting.
Yeah,
You used to painting a lot.
Painting is slower now. I kind of got burnt out creatively for a while because in college I was in a painting class.
Yep.
And man,
You do like a painting a week, didn't you, or something like that?
pretty much, if not two.
Okay.
And
Wow.
she expected a lot, and so it all depends on what she's asking for and the style and whatever. But yeah, I like to paint. Hey, trick or treat. Anyway. Anyways, yeah, I'd like to paint more, but recently I feel like someone put
What kind of Reese's we got in there?
look at all that.
Goodness. Ooh, milk duds. Yeah.
I like this.
Ew.
You don't like milk duds?
Nah, not a
Come
fan.
on. Anyways, I was talking about painting. I want to paint more. I always say that. And
So your schedule with you being a freelance, do you make yourself a schedule at all, or?
Yeah. I do the old-fashioned paper calendar deal, and then I sometimes have the sheet by Donald Miller. Just a cool guy who's got the brains for marketing and organizational skills stuff. He's one of those guys who shares some of that online,
Okay.
and he writes books. He's a good author, Donald Miller. Check him out. He's got books like Blue Like Jazz, blah, blah, blah. Ask me more later. But, yeah, I use his sheet. He has a sheet that's a productivity worksheet type of deal, and it just really helps me get an idea of, okay.
Eat breakfast.
No,
Rusty.
not daily life, but more focus on the work side. So,
Okay.
especially when you have more than one client and you have to prioritize based on all these things, and in your head you can't get it figured out maybe the best, but with that sheet it helps me. So, yeah, I use that. I have one for about every day, maybe.
So you
Especially
still
in college.
do you? Are you on your own now, or are you still with your parents?
Still in the household I grew up in, which looking around, has been fun. But in the summers, I'm gone for a good amount of time, which is a nice.
Did you do that this year?
Yeah, I was gone in Wyoming,
So I
volunteering.
figure
and
Josh
stuff.
goes all the way over to Wyoming.
In the summer. Yeah,
He's there for like a couple months.
yeah. It's close to 2 months, more on a month and a few weeks, but. Yep. So
In camps.
I help with camps. So yeah, youth. So YFC in St. Cloud, there's a base here, or not a base, but like a building, like a Central Minnesota YFC. Look it up, and all these kids, like locally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether they're from farther Minnesota or just Central Minnesota, wherever St. Cloud area, we take them out. Like they come out west. And there's a camp out there, and I'll teach them fly fishing, and we'll do. I'll take them. So I'm like a guide essentially. I'm a guide. I'll take them backpacking for a day hike. I shouldn't say backpacking, but
Did you bring your hat?
I did not bring my hat.
Oh, Josh
Yeah.
has got a sweet fly fishing hat.
Anyways,
Right?
yeah,
Like one of the.
it's a full brim.
Oh.
Yeah,
do
I
you have
should've
like
brought it.
Do you have like old hooks and stuff in it and too?
Yeah, there's all.
Oh
See,
man!
he learned
Oh
this
man!
That was Josh's
It would have been
signature
fun.
look.
It would have been
awesome.
fun to wear it in the winter when it gets colder, and it just snowed. Just so people know here, but it just snowed.
That's what it's
And it's getting cold, and if I wear that hat, that thing becomes like an ice brick. Like it's
Really?
for some reason there's something in it. It doesn't hold moisture because it's fully wax. It's like it must be the wax getting harder. Like if you took, so I don't know, it's a waxed hat, right, to keep the water off.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the winter, if it gets cold, the thing is just a brick, and if I could hit you in the head, you would just fall over. It's that. It's
Oh no!
So when I put it on, it's just like. It's like it's like an icicle. So I don't wear it in the winter. I'd rather keep it inside. But yeah, it's been a look.
That's hilarious.
It's been a classic thing. I've had
I
it since
should-
high school.
I should have snagged your photo that we took professionally at school.
Oh,
I should have
so
taken that one.
funny.
I didn't. I should have. Josh has a great photo on,
I was
on my.
like right up in the camera, smiling. Yeah, it makes me laugh.
We did a lot. Have you done anything for the archery thing still? You still doing that?
Phone call.
You have to take that. You can.
I don't think I'm gonna. If
You
they
can
want,
take it.
they can leave a voicemail.
You can take it if it's business.
No, I'm. It was unknown for archery center. The Great River Archery Center.
Yeah.
Up and coming archery center here, local, Rice, Minnesota. Yeah. Well, I got to. Yeah, they reached out to me a few times over the summer, and they said, "Hey, can you just help us with this quick thing? We need a PNG, of our
You tell
logo."
them
And
to charge now, right?
and I didn't tell them I charged, and so what they'd said. So here's the thing. They invited me to come to their archery shoot. So I like to shoot bow and blah blah. But my dad, he's into that too, and I kind of grew up doing that. So yeah, we got to go to this epic event, the Great River Archery Center,
Yep.
hosted this fall, where they have a bunch of 3D targets, these 3D animal targets from literally like a raptor. I'm talking a dinosaur, life size. You can go in the woods.
Oh,
You
that's
walk through this woods, right?
That'd be pretty cool.
You walk through these trails through these woods, and there's this. All of a sudden, you don't know what you're gonna walk up on, and you have your bow, of course, and you're like, what is that? I see something up there. But of course, it's fake. And then you see this raptor. And you're like, what? There's a raptor here? You just shoot at a raptor, a target. So this is the goal. Hit the raptor, and then he's got the rings, like the 10 ring.
Yep.
And so some people get really competitive about this stuff. It's not just dinosaurs, people, but it's anything from. Jaguars, alligators, white-tailed deer,
jeez.
just like your whole
Yeah.
thing. So it's like shooting at a zoo, but fake zoo.
That'd be
If you're
great.
both, so it was fun. And so they invited me to that, and so I got to do that. And so it was fun to, after doing all this work for them, design work and marketing work, I got to. Plus, I was really passionate about archery, and I go and do it. It was fun. I got to meet some guys there, and
Do you know when the whole thing starts?
Jeff was there, by the way.
Oh, great.
And the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's our old teacher.
Mm-hmm.
But when does it all start?
Yeah, when do they start putting that stuff up?
As far as the building, they didn't get to build it this summer, but they want to build it. They have plans to get a grant this winter or the next time the grant process comes around, and then they're gonna start building. They just don't have enough fundraising yet.
So with that, what's funny with that, we have, at my trailer place. Ah, shit.
Your trailer place? What does that mean?
At my work.
Nova.
Yeah.
Or not Nova, but soda.
We have the Dr. Primley, his group of buddies.
Dr. Primley.
Yeah, and his group of buddies out there.
His group of buddies. I didn't know you had your buddies there.
Mm-hmm.
I worked there, huh?
No, they came there to buy stuff because they all go hunting and stuff like that. And so they have all these really nice trailers,
Oh.
and they go out
Ooh, far.
four-wheeling and stuff like that.
Oh. So they needed a trailer.
And Dr. Primley actually has a trailer from us.
Mm. I
that,
bet Jeff had something to do with that.
I don't know. It was before. I think it was before he started there.
Oh.
But he came and told he came. Must have been before I started up in the office. But his buddies were telling us because they were getting their parts or whatever for their trailer.
Yeah.
That he rolled his trailer or something like that because he had too small of a vehicle. He had a really big trailer and it rolled. The trailer rolled, the vehicle didn't roll, and he totaled it because he had like a half-ton truck pulling like a 24-foot trailer.
And Dr. Primley.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard recently. It's like, oh god. So I haven't heard anything back. I think those all under warranty or insurance covered it and stuff like that. So, but it's like because they were talking about that. It's like because they had another guy come and had some complaints about his trailer about something not being right. I mean, it's not on our fault. We didn't build the trailer personally, but we did order it for them, and so we took care of it and so on and so forth. But yeah, it was weird, small world with.
Right.
They're talking about that. I was like,
That connection.
they talk about Primley. I was like, Dr. Primley?
And then you heard, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is a cool story. Yeah.
Yep, and they'll do that stuff. So they come back, and it's really weird. So where I work, I see customers. I talk to 24 people a day. And I come back home,
2
and
dozen?
then...
2 dozen.
Only 24, I thought.
2 dozen.
Not
2
bad.
dozen, I'm done.
I mean that's a lot. It's 24 people.
Yeah, and
24 people, yeah. When you put it that way.
and then there's 3 people up in the office, and I got to talk to that many. It's annoying.
You're the main guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to like 6.
I was like customers-wise. I can talk to a lot of people, but customer-wise.
For you, 6?
It's weird when I see them in public. Like it's like oh no.
Well, why?
I don't know, because
What makes,
some of them are fine. Some of them have no problem. Some of them complain because like oh, why are these things so high? I was like, sorry, people are barter with you to try to like, can I get this cheaper? I'm like, this is you don't barter when you go to Walmart and like get a gallon of milk for, can I get it for under $2?
cash now?
Yeah, no,
It's just because they're dealing with an actual person that's giving them a price.
yeah, it's
There
annoying.
you go. Yep.
Because there was nothing in our store.
Versus it's labeled. Maybe you should start labeling your
Yeah, let's
trailers.
just label everything.
Oh,
Walk over there at the
man.
camera.
Well,
It's labeled.
actually, all the
FaceTime.
all the enclosed are labeled, but like with trailers, you can barter with something like that. We do a little bit, but it's when they pick up like lug nuts, like those are $10. Like,
When you bargain.
sorry, that's what the price is.
But
at.
if they buy like 50 sets of lug nuts.
Yeah, when you buy a bulk, sure, I can, sure,
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
people are. It's nice when we have like business guys come in and they understand that to make money you have to spend money. So like you're
Right.
you're wearing and putting wear and tear on your trailers. You have to fix that wear and tear before it gets worse, and then you just gotta get a new trailer altogether.
Lose money.
Yeah, and then you gotta buy it. Then they get really angry. It's like, that's gonna cost me that much. It's like, I didn't wreck the trailer.
Yeah.
I didn't drive over a damn curb because they bent their axle and they're yelling at me. I was like, I didn't bend your axle. Your tires like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you did it, but it's
like,
probably got to get.
why am I the bad guy?
Yeah, it does.
That's what you feel like.
Yeah, because it's like I laugh because my dad gets the worst because he's their head of service. Head of service there, and my dad's like, the axle didn't bend itself.
Oh,
It's
that
like,
is-
I'd be one of those people. It's like, I don't care how you bent it or, how bad it is. It's like, it probably needs to get fixed.
Customer service is
Right.
pretty bad. No, usually it's okay.
You could just not fix it.
Yeah,
But it's not my fault when that runs into another person.
Yeah, or when DOT pulls you over. Sorry, you're paying a lot more then.
But the salesman said, it was up to me to fix it. Yeah, it's up to you.
we had some guys who was like, they wanna. Our trailers are labeled with a weight percentage. The gross vehicle weight rating is GVWR. You take the GVWR minus the weight of the trailer, and that's how much the trailer can hold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sometimes the trailer gets GVWR lower, so it gets you can get a lifetime license. Under 3,000 pounds, you get a lifetime license. but sometimes they'll jump so low, or they'll be like, if an axle's got a 3,500 pound, if it's got a 3,500 pound axle, and then it's gonna get rated at 2,990.
Mm-hmm.
Give your lifetime license. Your payload is at like, depending on the trailer, it's gonna be like 1,700 pounds, 2,000 pounds roughly.
Mm.
If the trailer's got bigger axles than that, and then they rate it lower, if you go past your capacity, you get that's why you get a fine.
Mhm.
And I gotta tell people that's like, you can go. Technically, this trailer's got a 4,400 pound GVWR. Say it's got like two 2,200 pound axles, but they rate it at 2,990. It's still gonna have that. It has a higher payload technically, but you get pulled over for that. We can't do nothing.
There's every item that takes a payload or anything, like even these chairs, have a safety factor. So that's probably their
Just like
that's their way
Patsy
of
says that.
that's a safety factor. It's like the trailer can technically hold this much, but we're gonna rate it at this, so that there's no possible way you can exceed it.
So
Well,
there's a
you shouldn't
buffer.
exceed it. And
Yeah.
then you're an idiot if you do, and you can't come back at us because
Yeah.
you did.
Oh man.
Safety sucks.
Safety is it.
And telling people that you overweighted it or they did something wrong, it's the worst thing they want to hear. It's like, I did not do this. Shut the
It's
heck
like, well, yeah, you did.
up. Oh, customer service for you. And I have to say it with a smile.
Right. That's the best part.
See, now it's a little different when you're servicing your own company.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my job is. I work in the maintenance building, so our customer is our own company.
Oh
And you-
yes.
That's stuff you can monitor when something does break. Like, okay, who bent it?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, who runs this saw? This guy. Well, then he had to bend it.
Yep.
Who crashed the saw bridge? This guy. Well, he broke two $5,000 gearboxes that I need to next day air in tomorrow.
Ooh.
Fun,
Oh.
expensive.
You know, my boss said, "I'll never fire you for a mistake, but I'll fire you if you don't tell me you made a mistake."
Mhm.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta remember that one.
Some good sayings. Those are some good words.
To a point, then
Those words
there's a small
combined
asterisk
are
in
good.
there. To a point, you keep making a mistake, you have to go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's always that little fine line details to a point. Fun.
Well, Josh, I want to get you out of here.
What time is it?
4
About
o'clock.
that time, 3 o'clock.
You scared me. I actually would have. I did believe that for a second.
Starts sweating. What?
Oh yeah, it is almost 3. Yeah, yeah.
Josh was
I'll make it home soon.
the person who's kind of always late to class.
Yep, I'll say that. That's fine.
I wanted to give him a clock or a watch. Where it had a bent arm, it was pointed like 10 minutes sooner, but where the actual came off of was the time.
Mm.
So you'd see the time like, oh my god, it's
Just a quick glance at it, be like, oh!
It's like it's bad. Yeah, man. Yeah.
So you leave earlier so you can get there on time. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm actually early.
Do you remember what I did? I actually had to do that with my digital phone. Like, you know, my phone. I actually
You set the time.
I was living for a month. Not even kidding. 15 minutes ahead for a whole month because I had a streak in school where I just could not get it together, and I could not tell you why, but it must have been a time warp because, yeah, I just had to counteract the time warp.
So now you'd be even more late then, or what?
What did I do? Did I say ahead or behind?
I think you said you set it 15 minutes ahead.
Yeah, so then I could be early.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I thought, yeah, I was like, what? Now it's real time
But then
warp.
your brain just start calculating. Like, actually,
No,
I have another.
no.
15
I
minutes.
actually told. I cannot believe that. I know I did it, but anyways. But Jeff, our teacher, we had a big meeting one morning, and it was before class even started. And Jeff said, "Yeah, Josh, the meeting's at like 8 o'clock." And so I come at, guess what time? 8:05. And then guess what time the meeting's actually at? 9:15.
Oh wow, that was
So-
like straight an hour.
So that
over
guy,
an hour before.
he just knew me well, and I appreciate that for him. But
That's
anyways,
fantastic.
Yeah. So maybe if you Maybe if you're ever a boss or a teacher or something, remember that trick, because it.
Yeah, that doesn't work. I mean, it kind of works in that way to a point in work. At my work, like you be at 6, or it's either between. You can get there as early as you want,
Yeah.
but you're there at 6:31. You're late.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I have to lie to myself about time often. So.
I got to be real on schedule. If I'm a minute late, a minute early, and I punch.
Yeah, that's weird for
I
you.
get
That
yelled at.
he can't be there too early too. That's
No.
like the weirdest thing ever.
If you are too early, you have to wait to
Like
punch in.
I usually roll into work 15 minutes early, and I'll sit at my in my office and just kind of work on stuff and watch the time, and then I'll run out and punch in.
Yeah, that's so weird. Cause like
And if I don't take exactly a half hour lunch, I get another point.
wow.
Yep.
See, my
'Cause-
work.
That's just law, though. Otherwise, our HR just gets down our throat.
Well, I'm supposed to take a half-hour lunch and punch out, but since I'm in my office, I don't have to.
Mm.
So because I can still have to answer calls and
Yeah.
be on the counter.
You're always working.
Yeah, but I'm there from 7 until 5.
Mm.
So it's not awful. 7. Yeah, I usually get there at like 6:45 normally.
Mm-hmm. Nice to be a little early. I shoot for like 15 minutes early when I
But
go
that's
places.
kind of ridiculous. Like you get.
Well, except when I got here and it was like 5 minutes late, but
Yeah,
that's usual. I usually end up getting to the podcast thing late.
but getting to work early and get punished for it's weird. 'Cause, like, why couldn't you just like punch? Why couldn't they just? All right, Austin, you were this week. You were to work 10 minutes early this entire week. You could take 10 minutes early today.
They just don't like to do that. I think they've done that in the past. It's just when you work for a company that's 120 years old, people have taken advantage of certain things. So they
120.
really started cracking down on a lot of stuff, like even before I started.
Weird.
Yeah.
I know for me, we get to do. I get that. I can take up to a half-hour lunch, then my half-hour lunch. But if I leave, I have to punch out. If I stay in the office, I can
Because then you're technically still working.
eat at my desk because I can still have to. Customers still come in, and noon is the best time for people to come in. Cause
Oh, yeah, because everyone's on lunch break.
And then with like PTO, I get carry 40 hours over. I was just told.
Ooh, lucky. You can carry a whole week. Nice. I can't carry jack diddly.
But you get 2 weeks.
I get 2 weeks and 2 days.
Yeah, but you get like you started with 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was starting.
I'm starting now with a week. I started in August. But I'll be there for come this June. It'll be 5 years.
Holy crud.
Whoop whoop.
How long full time?
5 again.
2, 3?
June starting full time, so a year.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I was doing part time every time.
Yeah.
I was doing part time during school, and then in the summer times I do full 50 hours. Blech. But
Oh my.
for me, I'm in a special situation at the company where I worked in finish, I worked in service, I worked on the other side's finish because they did different trailers over there, and then I worked the plasma table as
So
well.
you've been all over.
I've been all over the place,
Yeah.
and the saw.
So you've kind of worked your way like through and up.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool to see. I'm selling parts, and I get to know knowledge about these parts. And I have no idea. Like they threw me, like, you're gonna be on the plasma table. And it's like, I'm just let you know now. I know nothing about steel. You're gonna tell me this is a 5/8 piece of steel. I'm gonna be like, okay, what was that again?
This is
So they had it labeled on the shelves, so I can usually
Yeah.
find it easily enough.
what type of steel it is. And
But
whatnot.
now I know, like on our dump trailers, I know automatically. Oh, it's a 7 gauge piece of steel. It's gonna look like this. And we load examples and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And it's cool to see that chipmunk.
Oh, nice. It's cool to
Oh,
see
you
that
little
chipmunk.
Bugger, you're digging in the ground. You need a little hole over there.
Oh, nice.
They're digging under my apartment.
Mhm.
It's funny when all these. Speaking of chipmunks, I had a guy come in today. I worked this Saturday by myself in the office.
Mhm.
Guy's like, my lights ain't working. I don't know what's going on. It's been blowing out a couple fuses in my truck. I'm like, okay, let's take out the light.
Oh, this sounds familiar.
And I popped out the light.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled out one and it was snapped off. I'm like, well, that doesn't look wear. It looks like someone munched on it.
Yep.
And I went to the other side and I opened up the thing and there's acorns in there. I'm like,
No.
you get the chipmunk or squirrel
No
or something. Like,
way.
he's like, what?
Some kind of varmint was
Yeah,
in
he was like, yeah, you
there.
better,
Rodent.
you can rewire it. Oh, okay, thank you.
So we have that out west. When we park in the mountains, there's these things called pikas and marmots, and they're like the mountain chipmunks. This big.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. Yeah, you'll have to look it up. But they'll sneak under our vans, and we're in the mountains, and they'll chew your brake, like they'll chew
Really?
your brake
What?
lines. Yeah. So you gotta put,
traps under there.
you know what you put under there before you start your hike and go off for the day? You put mothballs. And
They
if you've
don't
heard of
like
mothballs, they're just
Yeah.
like they just stink to them
Yep.
and
whenever-
to me.
you throw 'em
Mothballs
at-
stink to me.
if you have a camper and you put the camper into storage, usually you put mothballs in to
Mothballs.
keep rats
Yeah.
and mice out.
Marmots and pikas. Yeah,
Marmots?
he's looking. Yeah, look at the images.
Is that it?
That's it. They're so funny, man. They're just crazy. They're a crazy animal. They scream like.
Oh, that's that little creature that yells. That's
Oh my god.
It looks like,
Yeah, it just echoes across the mountain.
it looks like a giant chipmunk or groundhog or something.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like the meme
It
where
looks
he
like a
screams.
beaver.
Yeah, the screaming thing.
Yeah, that's like the meme where he screams.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah, yeah, they do that. Anyways,
Like I would love to park my car there because I installed stainless steel braided lines for our brake lines. I would love to see them just like you get there, you're like, oh, you actually got through it.
Yeah, 'cause, like mice can shoot through steel, or rats
Yeah,
can. I know that.
yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, man. So that's.
Yeah, protect your stuff.
Yee.
Right, especially right now, because
My brakes aren't working.
going downhill.
If you learn
You,
anything,
so you drive out there.
I drive out there myself.
I mean, you drive the camp. Is that how you get out there? You
Oh,
drive.
so I actually ride out there typically with others, right, that are gonna spend the time out there and do the volunteering and do the work. But and I'll ride out. I'll usually catch a ride with them, and then once I get there, then a lot of the driving I do for the kids, and so I'm usually driving the Suburban that can
Okay.
fit like how many bays? Like 2, 3, 4, 8,
Lots of
maybe
people.
nine people, and then there we have some vans that we call like. They look like rocket ships, like the big white vans with the tall ceilings.
Oh.
And when you sit in when you sit in that driver's seat, you just feel like you are just about to take off and like driving something NASA invented. It's just like it's just crazy, but especially when you're up in the mountains.
So you drive all the way out there. What's the rideage out there? How long does that take?
About 14 hours.
Holy
Yeah.
cow!
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we pretty much end up nowhere too. So
Yeah, I can imagine. Do you have power out there?
yeah, we do
Okay.
have power.
Because that seemed like you have like. You showed me pictures of it, and correct me if I'm wrong. It's just like you have platforms, and you have like
Wall
there's pla-
tents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
the-
there's platforms on the ground that are pre-made. and
For putting your tent on.
Right. There,
Yeah.
we set up. So actually, the kids will either get to sleep in wall tents, which is just canvas, right? So this like that thing
Mhm.
of canvas
Yep.
wall, and just makes a tent, right? Just imagine a classic tent, and then out of canvas. And then the other thing is we set up teepees, these massive teepees. The kids get to sleep in the teepees in the mountains, and when the wind blows. Actually, hey guys, this is a good fact. Where we are set up in camp is Clark, Wyoming. It's one of the windiest places. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'll have to look it up.
Fantastic.
In the United States, high record winds through that like specific town, Clark, Wyoming.
Couple windmill.
And we have teepees set up. Yeah, yeah. So people actually had to put metal screen over their windows because the wind will pick up the rocks and throw them
Oh.
at the windows
Of their houses.
Ooh.
And stuff.
of their houses. So they actually had to put metal screen over in
God.
front of their windows, between their windows and the outside, and because it's like it literally picks up rocks and just goes, throws them down the mountain.
God.
So it's quite
Yikes.
the deal there. Anyway,
So what is your like average daily adventure or like daily
Oh,
schedule
yeah.
for that?
every day is different, but we do all sorts of things. So Monday through Friday, we've been switching schedules up and stuff, but kids will usually get 5 to 6 days, and we'll do it. So let's just say this won't be in order, but one day is rock climbing and mountain biking the same day. The next day,
Ooh.
right? There's that chipmunk again. And then the next day we'll do something like whitewater rafting, right?
Oh Jesus!
And then the next day we'll do like a day where you get to go out next to this creek and just like experience solitude by yourself for 4 hours. And, like just see what happens. And then just let the kids. That one's kind of freaky. Rattlesnakes, bears. But a lot of the
You
kids.
made it a lot worse than it was. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. And then what's I'm missing something. Sometimes we fly fishing, right? And then we'll have campfires, and yeah, it's just classic, good old time.
What
with
is
the kids.
your meals out there like?
So good, better than I eat at home.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. outstanding. So, like the kids that come, most of them would tell you that they eat better at camp than at home too, which is pretty.
That's
Somehow we have the best cooks. I gotta hand it to them.
What do you guys eat?
Anything. Well, some nights it's like this amazing teriyaki like chicken with cheesy potatoes and.
Where's this? How's this all made? Is there like a building there up there?
Yeah, we
Oh.
do have some like standing structures.
Okay, I thought you guys were all in the middle of the boonies and had nothing out there.
We
I
pretty
didn't-
much are, but there are actual buildings with roofs.
So there's
and
like
stuff.
a mess house and stuff like that. And,
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's not big. The kids eat all their meals. I would count it as outdoors
Mhm.
because you'll have to see pictures sometime. I'll show you. But so what's really interesting is after a month and a half or so of living out there, right in the summer for me, I don't have a roof between my head and the sky for that long. Technically, like, and if I do, it's that much
Canvas.
time, and it's canvas, right? And like I can see the stars through the canvas at night if it's dark enough, right? And then I come home, I feel like I'm just under a roof, like, and I feel weird. It's really
Your
strange.
beard's about this long.
No, no.
Like,
It-
Starts
you're like-
twirling.
Yeah, but it's just different lifestyles, really. It's
You're the
just
wild
so
man.
different. You feel like it's just so different. Yeah, you come home and you almost get this like, oh, this is kind of sad. I have walls and I can't see, and it's just, yeah.
Did you do any freelance work while you're out there at all, or do you just?
I debated on bringing my computer out there for the first time and my work stuff, and I said, here's what I'm gonna do. I'd like to not bring it if I don't have to, so I'm gonna make some calls before I go, make sure all the bows are tied nice with the clients, right? Everything's neat, and then let them know I'm gonna be gone for this long, and then when I come back, if there's anything I can do, I'll help you. But you can still send me emails while I'm gone, but just know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got home, and there was a few waiting for me, and I'm really glad it went the way it did. It was pretty good. I didn't have much trouble with that. You can imagine I was pretty kind of concerned
Yeah.
that there might be someone in dire need of a PNG for the Great River Archery Center
Mhm.
logo, and it needs it for an event or something, right? And
But
then
what
I
about-
don't get to them, and then they're like, blah.
Yeah, with my job too, I take a day off work, and then one of my customers happens to show up and they want something done. Which not saying that any other salesman can help them out, but we don't get paid on commission at all. So like any of us can help them out for the most part.
You're not fighting over sales.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
I
is
see.
really nice.
Yeah.
But they don't. My other salesmen don't know. Maybe what I talk to them about if I give them a deal on something and stuff like that. But yeah, when it's not so much when I'm gone because I never usually take off. But when my dad takes off, it's absolutely hell because he's a service manager. So he keeps on schedule. Okay, we know we have this coming in. From a company we do direct service for one company, and they can drop off a trailer and we're gonna get it done as soon as possible. They just automatically have like a lead. They drop and go. While everyone else, a customer comes in, they have to call and make an appointment.
Yep.
Appointment.
I see. Yeah. It's crazy how stuff works like that.
I can't do it.
That's cool.
Oh, you look at the.
That's
the
kinda like-
forecast?
Good old stock.
That
Google
little
image it. No.
that little green spot with the pond and the trees around it,
Oh,
right?
yep.
That looks like where I'm gonna try to bow hunt tonight.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna try to leave around
I better let you get
soon.
going now.
But yeah, my dad and I are gonna go bow hunting. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. It'll be fun.
This will come up. This will
Go
be
shoot
out.
a monster.
Monster, yeah, like a raptor, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I see a raptor.
He comes back with
tonight.
like a claw. He's like, look at that.
Guys, can I be in your podcast? I have news about this bow hunt.
You wouldn't believe the jerky's amazing.
Dinosaur
Got a
jerky.
raptor right there.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys for joining me.
That was a good time.
Yeah, and then as always, you can follow us on Twitch. We go live every single Saturday. Our Facebook page, we post updates on there and questions. And then we have a Twitter as well. You can also follow. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching the Hot Dish Podcast, where it has a little bit of everything and it's always good. Bye.
Get your patches.
Get your patches. I like it.
That was fun.
Brandon says hello from field.
Yep. All the far.